It's the Tony Tone Show on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM, Friday night, 7:30 ABC. It's a brand new episode of Dr. Ken, and the star of that show, he's back on the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline right now. Ken Jeong is back in Iowa, thank God.
Hey, Tony, what's up?
Buddy, it's so good to talk to you again. It's been like, I don't know, maybe less than a year, and when I got the email, I responded as quick as I could, so thank you for being here.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Ken, they sent me the episode, and I'm going to try and be spoiler-free, the new episode of Dr. Ken that folks can see tomorrow night on ABC.
Oh, thank you.
I watched it last night, and Jonathan Banks is fantastic. You guys had great chemistry, and again, I don't want to give anything away, but my gosh, it was such a I really liked it a lot, buddy. I don't know what to say without giving things away, but it was great.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, as main executive producer of the show, give it away. Just go ahead and we can talk about the episode. And it's just this is the beauty of this show is that the show is so rewatchable, and you can share it with everybody. So no, ask me anything. Jonathan Banks is a good friend of mine. We worked on. I mean, for the listeners at home, he's Big Mike on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. But I've worked with him 1 year on Community, and we're good friends, and we're so lucky to have him. So
he was so perfect in the role of Dr. Irwin, who was Dr. Ken's mentor. But the episode is so great because the arc is like there's a struggle at home with Dave, and Dave has to overcome a teacher that might not like him that much, but then Dr. Ken has to overcome this Dr. Irwin character who's always kind of had this power over him, so to speak, and it sort of comes to a nice conclusion. And it was like sentimental too, man. Like this range of emotions on the show, I love it.
No, thank you. I mean, it was really Banks that really brought out that performance in me because he's just one of the most thoughtful actors I've ever worked with. I mean, he's a man with 40, 50 years of acting experience. Wow. And he, like, when he came to set, he just came to play. You know, it's kind of like, it's just kind of like Michael Jordan back in the day in the 90s era Chicago Bulls. It's like, legendary for having intense practices. So even our rehearsals were intense, like doing a play. And that's his style. He loves to work that way, and so do I. So even when I'm practicing, I like to just go for it. So we're very similar in our kind of approaches and intensity. Mm-hmm. But Jonathan Banks is a more refined actor than I am, and he was always wanting to take it to deeper places, darker places, angrier places, and I loved every choice he made. And it was really one of my favorite days of the season, just hanging out with him. And we always, and in between takes, we just joke around all the time. I mean, we just tease each other. I mean, it's a genuine friendship. I just love him to death.
And then at the same time, Ken, there's this amazing backstory or background story going on with Dave Foley's character, Pat, and Tisha's character, Damona, that is so funny and so true to life for a lot of people that struggle with like getting over somebody. Dave Foley is such a great asset for the show. Talk about him for a second.
Well, Dave Foley could be the lead on this show. He could be the star of any show. He has such amazing range where he can, like a couple episodes, he'll just have like maybe 5 lines, but they'll often be the 5 funniest lines. He'll steal the scene. And then a few episodes, he'll be front and center, and he can just play the straight man with such ease and effortlessness. And in this episode, he and Damona, played by Tisha Campbell Martin of Martin fame, they have had this on again, off again kind of romance, and now it's back on again. And it was basically Tisha's character, Damona, is going back and forth of like, why are we doing this? And what I love about Dave Foley's character, he's like, look, I've always just gone with the flow with my heart and how I do things, and I've always cared about you, whether we're friends or together. Mm-hmm. And to me, that really resonates. And there's a line that he tells Damona, like, I've just always wanted you to be happy. And that line gets me and chokes me up every time, the way he delivers that. It's so beautiful.
It's such a great episode. Again, for us in the Midwest, it's Friday night tomorrow, 7:30 Central on ABC. Dr. Ken, how excited are you, if we pivot just for a second, for March Madness? Is it a big deal? I know that you directed a 30 for 30, which we talked about in the past, and it was wonderful. Are you going to watch a lot of the tournament, or are you too busy to catch up? What's it going to be like for you?
Right now, to be honest, we just finished wrapping the season filming wise. We just finished Tuesday, and as one of the exec producers, I'm also doing helping supervise the editing of the show as well. But I will be doing some press, I believe, in New York in a couple of weeks. So I'm sure I'll be able to catch some basketball, which is which is fun. It's kind of unfortunate now. Like, I have to really kind of focus on the show while March Madness is going on. But I'm a Duke fan through and through. I went to Duke undergrad, and I was bummed out we lost to Carolina over the weekend. But it was a great game, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. And so for me, always rooting for Duke. We'll see what happens, but it's just such a great loaded field out there, and like last year's final, was absolutely amazing. Probably the most amazing final I've ever seen. So
if we come back to Dr. Ken for a second, since you are EP and so heavily involved in the Star, and it is a wonderful show, do you know yet about a third season, or?
Oh no, no, we just finished now. We won't know until the summer. So
okay.
For us, it's been the way we live in the golden age of television now, where even to get a second season is really rare. I mean, at this point, and we've done. I can't believe we know. I just realized we just did 44 episodes.
Wow.
Of Dr. Ken, yeah, and it's just been so rewarding. And this year, we've definitely gone deeper and more medical and more dramatic at times, and this particular Dr. Irwin story with. The name Dr. Irwin actually is my mentor, Donald Irwin.
Oh, wow.
Was my mentor in residency. So yeah, I got his blessings to use his name for Jonathan Banks' character, and a buddy of mine who is our medical consultant of the show, who's a doctor, came up with this medical case of why Dr. Irwin has these kind of tingling and burning sensation in his legs. It's all medically. Really as trued up as it can be. So it's pretty cool.
That's so great to hear. And I know that we're running out of time and that this show keeps you busy, and it's so great, Ken, but any other projects coming out, any films, or desire to maybe jump back on stage and do stand-up, or what?
I would love to do all those things, and I definitely miss doing stand-up. And, right now this job is pretty 24/7. Doing I just realized just doing 44 episodes in the last year and a half has been so surreal. So that's definitely taken up all my time. I'm doing there is an animated film that's coming out, I believe, next year. It's with a lot of amazingly funny people like Mila Kunis, John Oliver, Kenan Thompson of SNL, and so. It's so fortunate I was able to do that at this, just on the side.
And I got to move on to
really.
All right, Ken. Listen,
the focus.
They got to take you. Apparently, thank you for the time, buddy. You're always welcome back in the great state of Iowa. I appreciate it, pal.
Thank you, brother. Really.
See ya.